You can't hear it on Discord. I'm clanging coins together because it's the piggy bank, dude.
Piggy bank.
It's the piggy bank. Drop these into your little piggy bank. It's your casual gaming podcast with your casual gaming buds. These are my casual gaming buds. Connor Elliott.
Hi, I have less of a creative opening than your penny bit, but hi.
And Tavin Bothel.
I just want to know where is everyone sitting with the Foo Fighters All My Life?
What?
And I'm
All
Phil.
my life I've been searching for something. That's a great goated song, right? That song's goated, right?
I can't hear it. Like
it's not one I listen to casually, but it's one that's like good enough. It's like when it comes on the radio or it comes on
all my life. Okay.
Do people don't really like that one, do they? Like, there's like
No, I like that one.
They should. It's fucking fire.
I don't know if that was the
do.
among Foo Fighters fans. And
Anyway,
Well, who gives a fuck about a Foo Fighters fan? They're not listening to this. They're like off being 60, you know?
anyway,
50.
We're here. We like to joke around and have fun, talk about video games. We also play mini games on the show. Look forward to a few of those today. I think me and Tavin have both been playing both Dead Space Remake and Hogwarts Legacy. At least we like more Dead Space than Hogwarts Legacy.
I finished Resident Evil.
Oh, you finished? I still am where I was last time checked in. I don't think I've checked in on the podcast, but
did that get? Yeah, I don't know if that got said on the podcast. Oh, I see what you're saying from when you told us in the group chat. Okay.
Yeah, in the group chat. I just got the Magnum revolver.
Oh, okay.
Fun fact, and I'll have a lot of these fun facts because ooh, nice whistle, Tavin. The
pervert over here,
right? I'm doing a lot of just watching and listening to a lot of Resident Evil content on YouTube now because I'm just in the hole. I'm in the hole now. And apparently the Magnum was one of those things that changed from the original game because in the original game you get it way later. And in the remake version, which is the version we're playing, you get it, I don't know, maybe, Connor, what would you say? That's halfway? Maybe a little less than halfway? Less? Yeah, I would say it's probably less, yeah.
Yeah, pretty quick.
Also, another fun fact, and all of these will be regurgitated when we review it in a few weeks on the Two Penny Game Club. The tunnels, Phil, you haven't gotten there yet, but Connor, the tunnels bit... in the original game was just a couple of screens, and in the remake they flushed it out and made it like its own place.
Well, you have to tell us these things because no way in hell would I play the original version of Resident Evil.
I haven't played it either. I'm just doing research.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I wouldn't play it, and I don't think anyone here would really enjoy that over the remake, which you'll hear our thoughts on at some point.
Yeah, it took me like 2 or 3 hours to actually start enjoying this one. So
you are enjoying it now? Well,
yeah, I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's really gonna warm up to Phil. I think March 5th is a Sunday. I believe that is the Sunday we will be recording the review. We may do it sooner, depending on when Phil finishes, and how we're feeling as a group or whatever, or where the video games are landing. I don't think there's anything to be reviewed that weekend, is there? When does Atomic Heart come out?
18th. I was just gonna say the 18th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no, that'll be the because that review, if we review it, which I believe, Connor, you're reviewing it.
I am.
Yeah, that review will take place on the 26th.
Yeah, it's the week before, right?
Yes.
So yeah, we've all been playing that Resident Evil. Connor, I know you're not really hopping into the Dead Space remake, but me and Tavin were on a PlayStation party chat talking to each other, playing.
Dude, we were vibing out last night playing some Dead Space together, man. It was a good time.
It's so fucking good.
It's a good game.
It's not a multiplayer game.
I mean, no, it's not to the level of like something like your Neon White that's inherently a multiplayer game, but it's an experience where like, oh man, I tell Tavin I'm doing this in this room, and then I don't know, 5 minutes later Tavin's in that room also.
I was shortly behind him on my New Game Plus playthrough. Granted, because it's New Game Plus and I just played the whole game, I'm sprinting through every environment. I know exactly where to go. I'm killing everything really fast. So I surpassed Phil in progress I don't know, within like 40 minutes.
Yeah, I think my actual organic like playthrough, I'm typically going through like maybe a little over an hour per chapter.
That's about the correct pace. I finished the game in over, I think it was like 12 hours and 40 minutes or something like that. And there's 12 chapters. So yeah, you're hitting probably about an hour a chapter or whatever.
Yeah, I think so. I just wrapped up on chapter 5 last. That's the one where you there's Mercer. And that's that one, right?
Where they introduce Dr. Mercer. Yeah,
Right. And I think if I remember correctly, I think my time was like 550, maybe 6 hours.
Yeah. I just finished chapter 6, which is one of the longer chapters in the game, and my clock is somewhere in the 4-hour range. I forget exactly where.
But yeah, that game is fucking phenomenal. And then that video that you sent in the group chat earlier, I'm definitely going to exploit that now that I have the line gun. Have some fun.
Yeah, for those listening, I found a video on YouTube of someone. The line gun is a weapon that has a trip mine mechanic in it, and somebody would put the trip mines on an item that you can then pick up with kinesis, which is basically just the force. So he would put a trap on the item, pick up the item, and then just use it as like a laser, like a free laser, to do a bunch of damage to a bunch of enemies. And I was like, that's genius. That's really smart.
People be smart. People be smart. And then yeah, I'm like 3 hours into Hogwarts Legacy. I booted that up today. So that's decently fun.
Couple people.
I'm having the most fun, I think, just exploring Hogwarts. That's what I think is the most fun, is just going around and like looking at all this stuff and seeing all these parts from the. I literally went to the bit with all the telescopes from Half-Blood Prince where spoiler alert, Dumbledore dies.
Yeah,
that's actually not everyone knows that.
That's why I said spoiler alert.
But I don't think it gave enough time.
Yeah,
People got spoiled just now.
I'm only like an hour in, if that, so I haven't even really been able to explore yet. But I'm nerding out about all of the, like, just the Harry Potter things. You know, seeing students in their robes, having my created character in his robes, running around, you know, in the dorm rooms and being greeted by characters with the same family names as, you know, names from the Harry Potter saga
from the movies.
Yeah.
And the books, rather.
Obviously not like those actual characters, but like ancestors.
Yeah. Connor, do you know what house you are in Harry Potter? No.
No, I have no clue.
You should take the test, because me and Tavin are both Slytherins. I could imagine you're probably also a Slytherin.
No, it's no snake.
I could see Connor. I can see Connor being Gryffindorish. I could see him being.
I don't know.
He could fit into all of them, honestly.
I could only give you Slytherin and Gryffindor personally. I don't see you with Ravenclaw. Or
I think the
Hufflepuff.
least likely is
Hufflepuff.
No, you know what? Honestly, yeah, it's probably just Gryffindor or Slytherin. Now that I think about it.
What's the? I know Gryffindor is like good guy, Slytherin bad guy.
Gryffindor is like exceptionally brave, like, you know, the outgoing good guy. Slytherin is ambitious. And typically, all the villains in the movies are from Slytherin.
And Ravenclaw is like nerds.
Ravenclaw's like bookish people.
It's a nerd. Yeah, I was right.
Yeah, bookish, like very studious. And then Hufflepuff is like the weird ones.
They're just weirdos.
Yeah, just a bunch of like socially awkward weirdos. At least from like the people that we know from the media. Like, you know, you have like Newt Scamander from like the Fantastic Beasts series. He's just like a weirdo who just wants his fucking Pokemon that he hangs out with.
Bunch of tree huggers, the Hufflepuffs.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Anyway, that's enough about Hogwarts. We're already getting dislikes talking about fucking all that for all this. So yeah, I kind of want to open it up today with my mini game. And Tavin, I already know what your favorite game is. Metal Gear Solid 3, the Snake Eater. And I asked Connor before we started what his favorite game is, because I'm going to quiz you guys on it.
Oh, fuck me. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
I'm going to start. I'm going to start with you know, let's start with Connor with Elden Ring, and we'll do Tavin second.
To be clear, Connor's game rotates. It depends on the day for him.
He just gave me Elden Ring. He said like 3 different ones, and then I was like, can you give me just one so I can Look it up when you said Elden Ring. He brought it down to Elden Ring. So
For some reason, video games are hard in that regard. Find out what the best one is.
I kind of agree. I kind of agree with you.
I have that problem with music. I can't, or even movies. Like I can't tell you my favorite movie or like album.
Right.
Like it's just too varied. Video games, I have no problem telling you.
You never do. No.
So these quizzes come from funtrivia.com. These are, I think they're two different lengths, but they're relatively like the same amount of questions. I think
Elden Ring's gonna be hard.
What is
Yeah,
the level
Connor's
of difficulty on it? Yeah, Elden Ring is so new.
I looked for the one that would not be like super impossible hard, but like difficult, you know, to where you'd have to be like a fan to know it. I think Tavin, your quiz is 15 questions and Connor's is 10 questions.
Jesus.
I mean, it'll be quick though. It's not
Yeah.
gonna be.
Are you?
super long.
Yeah, I assume you're swapping back and forth, one him, one me.
No, I was just gonna go
you're
all
gonna go through
Connor
it
and
then?
then
Okay.
all. Yeah.
Stay on the same topic.
Not to like not include you. Yeah, I was just gonna say I'm not trying to like not include you or anything, Tavin. But you know.
Oh, this sounds like I get a bathroom break. Is what this sounds like.
All right, Connor. So here we go with question number 1. This question reads: as the player travels around the lands between slaying demigods, they may notice one thing. All but one of them leave behind evidence that they've been slain, such as their corpse or a change to their boss room's aesthetic. There is one exception to this rule. Upon defeat, who is the only demigod to not result in some kind of change to their boss room?
And all the demigods. Well, there's definitely. As far as changes, does that mean just anything different? Yeah,
Well-
I'm assuming that's what it means.
Let me give you a couple hints. It's not like it's not the easy, like it's not going to be in the first like 3 that you usually fight. It's not going to be fucking what's his name? It's Margit.
Roger.
No Margit, no Radon.
Ones you
I'll just give you
expect.
those two. Because it's really
Yeah.
just those two that it's not.
Well, that's the thing, because I know that with Godric's boss fight, when you beat him, basically what happens is that his son supposedly comes and starts kicking his head. So I'm deciding if that's if that's considered a change of boss room. I know what the question's kind of asking.
Yeah, that is the change in boss room,
Okay,
yes.
okay. So let's say you had Godric get stepped on. Princess Renala is not a demigod. So Radon.
Well, also you have to think
Oh,
with
a-
Godric. Go ahead. What's your
I
guess?
think I do know it. I think I do know it.
Yeah.
It's Melania. No. Melania does have. Never mind. That is at the flower there. Damn it. Okay. So go continue.
What I was gonna say about Godric was it also changes because in the beginning, there's the fucking dragon that he takes the head off of. So
Okay.
do you
so let
have
me-
an answer for this one? It's because it's not Melania.
Yes. No. Yeah. I completely forgot about the flower. Let's see. There's with Rykard, you have something to pair up with. Malekith's not one.
Let me just say it's like an actual like big change. Like that,
Yep.
like literally something gets left behind for all of these other bosses except for this one.
Yeah. Boss fights.
But like demigod.
Ronnie.
It's not Ronnie.
Counts. No, it's not.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just give you the answer.
Yeah, I
It's Moog, Lord of Blood.
Oh, dude, I thought his hand like did something, so I wrote him off.
No, it's
With
not. It's not.
Nicola's hand. I mean,
Yeah,
did
it's
something.
Moog.
I
Moog
should
is
have
the
known
answer.
that. I should have known that
Um,
one.
So now we're gonna go to the next one. Morgoth,
Number
the
2,
Omen
Chad.
King, is referred to simply as Morgoth, the Omen King by the game. But when introducing himself, the Omen King is not the title Morgoth uses. What does Morgoth introduce himself as?
The fell omen.
No, not Margit.
Oh, Margit. Oh, okay.
No,
okay.
no,
Morgoth.
Morgoth.
Margit. That's his fake name.
No. What does he introduce? What does Morgoth introduce himself as?
The last king of Landel.
Very, very close. I'll give you that one. It's Last of All Kings.
That's what it is. Yeah, no, it's not.
When finishing
Last of All
Sorceress Selen, sorry, were you ready for the next one?
No, yeah,
Okay,
you good.
okay. When finishing Sorcerer Selen's quest line and reloading the Raya Lucaria Academy area, the player will abruptly find that she has taken on some horrible transformation and is no longer human. What monstrosity has Selen turned into?
The crystal skull face things.
Yeah, I'll give you that. It's the Graven Mass. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I can't remember the enemy name.
I know. All right. At the beginning of his questline, Preceptor Celavus will ask the player to get Nefeli Lu to drink a potion he has concocted. The player could instead take the potion to Sir Gideon Ofnir, who will see the potion and remind the player of the Round Table Hold's moral code. When telling the player this, which rule does Gideon say the player will be breaking by completing this task?
Oh, dude, I messed up on that quest
Oh, really?
and gave her the drink. I didn't know.
Did you
I did-
really?
dude, I did.
Oh,
My
no.
greatest shame in that entire playthrough. I still hate that. So what breaking what rule? Oh, killing in the round table hole.
Well,
Round table hold.
yes and no, because the rule is there are no rules and he will kill you if you kill her.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
That's kind of a trick question, and I don't like that one. Once again,
Yeah.
I did not come up with these questions.
I would have known that if I just played the playthrough. I would
Yeah.
have known it. I would have known it. Not doing so.
If the player wants to finish Dung Eater's questline, they'll unfortunately have to make a sacrifice. Completing Dung Eater's questline involves allowing him to murder an NPC who is allied to the player. Who must Dung Eater kill in this regard?
Damn it! I didn't do his quest.
You didn't do the Dung Eater quest?
I did not. I killed him because he was an asshole.
All right, then we'll skip this one. It's the Blackguard Braggart.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Patches is a fan favorite NPC who would be a mainstay in the franchise from 2009 right up to Elden Ring. Here he gets some unique character development to the point that even developing romantic interest. Who is Patches attracted to in this way?
Damn it. Who is? Because I remember it was someone. It was someone.
Depends on if you did this quest line.
I did, and I remember him saying something. Just trying to remember who it is.
Think about where it was.
Because he never goes to the round table hold.
Mm-mm.
He was in the cave when I first found him. And then where did he show up after that?
Mm-hmm.
He showed up somewhere else. Where did he show
It's
up?
kind of a
at?
place that you'll always find him there also.
Damn it. I stopped going to it after a certain point. I'm killing this one.
Fake fan, you know?
Yeah, right. That's what I'm
That is
feeling.
that is what I'm calling this game. I'm calling it Fake Fan.
Fake fan.
That's funny. Okay.
Dang it. I'm just hitting all the wrong spots. I don't know, honestly.
It's Tanith, the Volcano Manor Priestess.
He's in Volcano Manor. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Take the L on
All
that
these
one.
are just fucking
Oh,
words,
shut up.
you know?
I
They're just
should've
fucking words.
I should have said Final Fantasy VII Remake or Three Houses. I would have known that more.
Oh, yeah, dude. 7 Remake would have been
Easily.
great. 7
Easily.
Remake, you would have fucking nailed this.
Status became a big deal in Elden Ring, and this would partially be the main source of difficulty for the boss fight with Godfrey, the First Elden Lord, at the Elden Throne. Godfrey resists all form of status, but he isn't impenetrable, as he does have a physically based weakness. What is Godfrey weak to?
Ooh. Is it physical or just
Yeah,
what
he has.
is he?
It's his one physical weakness.
Was it is it faith?
No, because that's not a physical weakness.
Physical weakness. Slashing?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Slashing
That was
or
debating between those two.
bleed. All right. The Bolt
Give us
of
a got one.
Grandsack. Yeah, you got it.
What
the
number
Bolt
are
of
we at?
Grandsacks, number 8.
Oh, wow.
Bad.
The Bolt of Grandsacks, the perfect instance of an item being hidden in plain sight. The player will locate it on top of a statue, which is fairly iconic considering what the statue is made of. What does the statue portray?
You know what questions you just asked?
Mhm.
You know how, okay, so before I missed out on one trophy, getting all legendary armaments. Do you know which the only one I didn't get
It's
was?
the Bolt of Grandsacks.
It's the Bolt of Grandsacks.
It's in Landell Capital.
is it the
What is the
destroying-
statue?
Is it what's on the statue? Or
Yeah,
is
what is the statue depicting? What
It's
does the statue
depicting
portray?
the piercing of the wall of Landell?
Using
during War
what?
of the Dragons. Using the Bolt of Grandsacks.
Exactly. You're right.
I
That
do
is
know
correct.
That's
Yep.
lore stuff. See, if you were
Mhm.
asking more lore stuff, I'd be
There
right
you go. There you go. Sir Gideon Ofnir the All-Knowing becomes a surprise boss fight towards the end of the game. As well, he is exclusive for being the only boss in the entire game weak to a certain status effect. What is this?
We do a certain status.
I just want to be
Oh,
a fucking jackass for what Connor just said. It's so bad.
Loser, shut up. Is it? Is it? Death blight.
No, it's not Deathblight. I'll give you one more chance.
Being merciful. Damn, I was pretty confident. Is it bleed?
No.
Okay.
No, because he's the only one that's weak to the status effect, and it's madness.
Oh, it was madness. That's what I knew that too. That's the biggest L I've taken this so far. Easy.
All right, final question, Connor. While riding Torrent, it is possible for Torrent to take too much damage and die. However, he can be resurrected and be available for the player to ride again at a cost. What must the player consume to bring back Torrent?
1 health Estus, whatever the hell it's called.
The flask of
Flask
Crimson
of-
Tears.
That's what
So, Connor, I believe you got 3 or I think you got 3 out of all.
Fucking, you see, what a fucking chump. You know what I'm
you
saying?
Got last of all, you got the Morgot one after, like, you know, I gave you some hints. You got the Graven Mass one. Slashing. Okay, no, actually you got actually no, you did much better than I thought. You got 5. Got 5 out of 10.
Okay. Still not the best, but
You know.
I mean, some questions worked against me,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
that was a tough one for you. I understand.
I hope Tavin chokes, even though he might not.
All right, Tavin, are you ready? Are you ready?
I hope I'm ready, or else I'm gonna be
All right.
very, very disappointed in myself.
All right, Tavin, here we go. Question number 1. In what year does the story take place?
1964.
You are correct.
He looked up these answers while I was doing my question.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I was.
Number two. The main goal of the Virtuous Mission is what?
Rescue Sokolov, bring him back to the States.
That is correct.
Easy money.
Question
These
number
are
3.
Basic story bits. This is boring.
I'm just saying.
Connor, you did not know
this
what
was-
year the game took place.
This was.
I didn't.
It's not even said. I don't even think it's
This
said
isn't my
in
favorite
game.
Oh, is it not?
I could be wrong,
Good year.
but I don't think
Oh.
it is.
All right.
Let's
All
wait
right.
for the question.
Are you ready for this one, Tavin?
Uh huh.
Question number 3. The boss, aka the Joy, is known in Russia by what name?
The it's not the Mother of Special Forces, is it?
Mm-mm.
Ah, fuck. She is known as. Oh, this is a good one. Oh man, it's been a while since I've
She's
listened to that
known
piece of
in
dialogue.
Russia by what name?
It's the Joy.
The boss,
Known
aka
in
the Joy, is
Russia.
known in Russia by what name?
It's not the Mother of Special Forces. It's not. Fuck, that's a good one.
I will say in the answer, it does say the boss is called the Mother of Special Forces, but that's not what they called her in Russia.
Is it something with like an S?
No.
Okay, I'm thinking of somebody else then. I don't know. I'm taking a pass on this one.
Gotcha. So the answer is Voyevoda, and it's translated to the Warlord.
I would not have gotten that. That's
Right,
got to be
number
like
4.
said once or twice in the entire game or something.
Yeah, that's hard.
All right, buddy. This is a true or false question.
Okay.
Number 4, true or false? All members of the Cobra unit have an emotion-based codename.
I would say that's false.
You are correct.
Yeah. The
Cobra unit
end, and then
consists of the joy, the sorrow, the fear, the fury, the pain, and the end.
I was gonna say, yeah. Does pain and obviously not end, but does pain count as an emotion?
Well, I mean, exactly. The answer would be false.
Yeah, I would say that's a sense. You know, obviously,
All right.
the end is the one that gives it away. But yeah.
All right. Number 5. The boss and her Cobras led the U.S. to victory during what battle in World War II?
Bay Pigs. No, World War II or the Cold War?
World War II.
Oh, D-Day, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Battle of Normandy. Yep. During Snake's conversation with the drunken Granin, Granin shows Snake the blueprints to what?
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear what?
There's a model of Metal Gear Rex in the room.
Metal Gear Rex.
That okay. I don't think they have that right, but okay.
Yeah, that was question number 6. Number 7. The Fear used what type of spider's poison to coat the darts of his arrows?
Fuck.
That's hard.
I didn't even think. I thought it was a tarantula. Fuck, that is one line. That is one line.
The Fury used what type of spider's poison to coat the darts of his arrows?
Is it the blue-legged one or something? Like, I don't have the actual name.
It is a real spider. I will.
Yeah,
say.
I'm sure it is.
That's
It's whatever
Kojima.
whatever one Kojima looked up in an encyclopedia that day.
You taking a pass?
Yeah, I'm taking a pass.
The answer is the Brazilian wandering spider.
I would not have gotten that. I would not have gotten that.
All right, number
Deadly one,
8.
indeed.
What type of rifle is the End's weapon of choice?
A Mosin Nagant.
You're correct.
I'm fucking killing you, Connor. I'm crushing you.
Excuse me, that weapon was a basic weapon that was used by the Russians in World War II. It was an easy answer. They
All right,
basically handed
this
it-
is
Yeah,
this. I guess I missed this question whenever I was looking through the questions. This is a fucking gimme. The Fury was an American cosmonaut. True or false?
True.
Okay, Tavin, you just got a wrong answer.
Wait,
Is
Tab,
it not?
He's
The
not an American
cosmonauts?
cosmonaut.
that's
Cosmonauts
a-
aren't American.
Oxymoron.
Is it not? Okay.
No, cosmonauts Russian.
Oh, well, he talks to Houston, so I assumed American.
Americans are astronauts, not cosmonauts.
I didn't know that. I thought they were two different things.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
they are two
All
different
right,
things.
well, I'll take the L on that one then. I'm fairly certain he worked for American space programs, but okay.
American astronaut, not American cosmonaut. You cannot be an American
I see.
and
It's a
also
true
be
or
a
false.
cosmonaut.
It's a true or
Yeah.
false. That's right. Okay.
God, Tavin, you don't listen. You never listen to me.
I don't know how accurate this website is. I'm fairly certain you do not see blueprints of Metal Gear Rex in that fucking thing. You see a model.
All right. Number 10. What does Ocelot say to Volgin when he refuses to interfere in his battle with Snake?
Be a man.
Yeah, I'll take that. Fight like a man, Volgin. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, number 11. What term did Colonel Volgin say whenever it rained?
Kuwabara.
You're correct.
Yeah.
All right, number 12. What type of motorcycle does Evo ride?
It's an No, wait. Is it American? No, yeah, it's American, like a chopper, isn't it? No, it's not a chopper. It's I don't know. Harley.
It is a Triumph
Oh, okay.
in both Metal Gear Solid 3 and 4.
Those are very specific.
Yep. Question number 13. While Snake and Eva are escaping to the Wig Plain out on the lake, they crash the bike. A tree branch pierces Eva through what?
The abdomen?
Correct.
Oh, okay, sweet.
That is correct. Tab.
Number 14. The final boss in none other than the boss, Snake's own is none other than the boss, Snake's own mentor. There's typo there. After a great battle, Snake defeats the boss. How does Snake kill the boss?
Oh, I wonder.
Shoots her in the chest with the Patriot.
Correct. Number 15. At the end of the story, Snake discovers from Eva that the boss's defect was planned all along. What was her reason for betraying America and defecting to Volgin's ranks? Let me read you this. This is a multiple choice question, just so you know.
Okay.
There's
Because
A.
it depends on how you word this.
I understand.
It's a very complicated answer.
A. Prevent the Cold War from escalating into World War III. B. She wanted to infiltrate Volgin's ranks and retrieve the philosopher's legacy for America. C. All of these. And D. I don't know why it said C, all of these. And D is sacrifice herself to Snake to prove the U.S.'s involvement to the nuclear attack that happened in the beginning of the story.
Wait, I'm sorry. Was that prove or what was that?
Sacrifice herself to Snake to prove the U.S.'s involvement in the nuclear attack that happened in the beginning of the story. Wait, what the fuck?
That is false. Like on a technicality.
I think instead of all these, I think it means both of these, and that's why it's C and not D. But that's the answer.
Is all of these?
It's A and B.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, all right.
I was gonna say like the first answer is like iffy,
Yeah.
but you could say that. Second answer
I'm
was a
gonna-
definite yes. The fourth
that
answer
last
was
question sucked.
wrong. Yeah, that last question was tough.
Question
What did I get? I got
I'd say
11 out of 15 or something like that.
Yeah, I'll give you like an 80% on that one.
Yeah. Some of those were real hard. The fucking spider, the fucking The motorcycle. What was the first one I got wrong? Where I was like, "Fuck, I have no idea."
First one is
Oh, the
Mother's
title of boss,
yes,
which I've already
Voivoda.
forgotten. What?
Voivoda.
Voivoda. Yeah. Okay. As you say it, it rings a bell, but like
Yep.
the spider, I definitely didn't know. I was like, I don't fucking know.
Yep. I will say, Tavin, not a fake fan. Connor, possibly fake fan.
Fake fan. That's a failing grade in the American
question-
grading system.
The questions I will get right if you did it again. I guarantee you.
Yeah, if I asked you all the questions again, yeah, you'd get them right.
Mhm.
Take two, yeah.
It would work. You'd find out. But we don't have time, of course. That was a good game, Phil.
All right.
That was fun.
Thanks,
That was
thanks.
fun.
Yeah.
I just had that idea. I was like, how well do these people know their favorite games? All right. Connor,
I
you been
enjoyed
playing
that. I'm gonna
anything-
break that
anything
out
new
and put it
recently?
up on its own.
That was good. What was that, Phil?
Connor, you been playing anything new recently?
Yes, actually, I have. It's a demo
Mhm.
for a possibly early access game. I think I don't know. Called. Oh my god, I'm forgetting the name.
Yeah, sorry. I meant to ask earlier, but because like both me and
There
Tavin
we
kind of
go.
talked about what we've been playing, but I didn't ask you.
Yeah, it was Dark and Darker. So it's
Oh.
you guys know what Escape from Tarkov is. This is mainly to Tavin because I don't know if you've heard of this.
Escape
I
from
think-
Tarkov.
oh,
Yeah,
you
I know.
read about it.
I know what it is.
Yeah, you do as well, Phil, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so it is that style of game, but basically the premise is that you're a group, goes up to 3. You can do it solo or 2, of course, of dungeon of like basically an RPG party, but you're delving into this dungeon. There's two that are available right now for free, and one of them you have to buy into with in-game currency. It's kind of like an executive level map that I haven't personally played yet, but you basically just have the task of going into these dungeons, looting it for chests, fighting enemies, and you get a choice of a couple different classes. You have the fighter, you have the barbarian, you have the wizard, the rogue, the monk, and I think called the priest. That's what they're called, and the ranger, and they all have different weapons that they can use, armor that they have access to. That while you go through the dungeon, you can either find other characters' classes' armor or your own. And obviously, the goal is to get better equipment than the one you had before and find an escape route. Because if you die in the dungeon, you lose everything that wasn't your base items that you started with, which is part of the course for these kinds of games. There's obviously PvE, but there's also PvP. Players can come in and kill you as well. Typical of that kind of game as well. But if you're able to get it out of there, you can put it into a stash and keep a laundry list of different things that you can also sell. Whatever it is that you choose to do. You also have an option to trade it to other characters, other players, and get money in exchange for that. Or you can share them in between your classes. Because as of right now, you can basically choose whatever class you want to do and switch between them as you see fit. And you can kind of move equipment between these two classes. So far I've played up a lot of the I've played a lot of the barbarian, which basically they have abilities to make them do more damage, sometimes at the cost of taking more damage as a result. Sometimes they one of them makes it so we have a reduced armor class, so you also can't block with this class, but you also take more damage. So it's kind of a tank / damage dealer, frontline type unit.
Yeah, okay. I remember seeing you, Spencer, and Jordan playing that.
It's
like for a couple days now.
Yeah, it's very fun. It's free too. It's obviously because it's a demo, but we don't really know what the full game is going to take place as because.
And you're able to play like with, like you can like group up in this or what?
Oh yeah, you group up in this. Now the thing is though, is that when you're escaping, only one person can use a portal at a time, and you have to find other ones. So generally, there's kind of like deals going on where you're like, okay, you go in because you have the lowest health and you're going to die, and you got some stuff that you want to sell. Take some of my stuff, so I can get more in this dungeon, and then you can sell it, and then give me the money for it as well.
I was just gonna say like
you
you
know,
could probably have like
economy
a
system
pack
stuff.
mule person, yeah.
Yeah, you can. Whoever wants to. Well, really, we just kind of wait till whoever is almost dead because you die pretty easily in this game. So get out of there because you're kind of almost dead weight at that point, and hope the other two get out as well. It's a very fun game.
It's
We can all
called
play
Dark and
together.
Darker, right?
Dark and Darker. Yeah.
Very cool.
It's
Very cool.
obviously it's all melee based, but you also have magic. You have bows that you can have access to. The rogue, for example, is the only one that can pick locks, which many chests do have locks on them, and some doors. So they're very indispensable. Wizards as well, because they do good magic stuff. It's interesting to see where it's going to go from here, what form it's going to take at the end of it all. But I'm really interested in the concept they've done for this game because it's not a typical
interesting
shooter that we usually have with these kinds of games. Yeah, I'd recommend it.
Yeah, okay.
It's
nice.
almost going to be out. The demo's almost ending, so now's the time.
I got you. All right, so let's go ahead and thank you, Connor. Thank you, Connor, for that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and Tavin, what do you have for us this week?
Uh-oh.
Oh, you're muted, by the way.
Muted.
Gentlemen, I
Oops.
thought we would have I thought we would have a little conversation about disappointing video games cuz
Yeah, Tavin was doing his Connor impression there, you know.
I feel like we've had some pretty recent disappointing video games in the last couple of years. And I think it'd be interesting to have a look back, especially because some of them are still either franchises that are going to be getting new installments hopefully soon, or they're still being supported and so on and so forth. So I thought maybe we'd have just a quick conversation about that. When I think disappointing video game, I think of something that like I have preconceived expectations for. I don't think like just a new video game that comes out is worthy of being disappointing, like because like a bar of quality hasn't been set yet. So like
Right.
usually to me a disappointing game comes from a new entry in a franchise, and then that new entry isn't up to par with the other entries in a video game. I think the only like exception to that rule for me is that I can think of off the top of my head is Cyberpunk, just because I'm fairly familiar with the works of CD Projekt Red. So when Cyberpunk came out and it was just a broken mess, and at best it was the second best Fallout game, maybe third best Fallout game, then I was just kind of like, okay, all right, whatever.
I also feel like at least with Cyberpunk, like what it was like it debuted in like 2012, like in E3 or what? Like how?
Yeah,
how
I don't give a
long
shit
ago
about
was
that though. I think it was like 2013. It was before The Witcher 3 came out. But it was like The Witcher 3 was like in circuit. But like, I mean, new games get announced like way in advance, especially in that era. Like, I mean, Elder Scrolls 6 was announced 6 years ago. So that doesn't matter. But like, to me, it was just the fact that like this is a developer that I trust and built up and so forth. But that's not even my real choice for today. My real choice is definitely Mass Effect Andromeda, because I have high expectations. Up to that point, I had very high expectations for BioWare when you look off of obviously Mass Effect, obviously Dragon Age, obviously KOTOR. But like if you go even further back, I haven't personally played it, but people love Jade Empire. And I believe, Connor, were they the ones who did like Back to the Future way? But no, it wasn't them. What did they do before that? I forget. Doesn't matter.
I'll check it while you look.
It's actually funny you bring this up because I know exactly where your line of thinking is, because you literally brought up like, because I think we were both playing like Hogwarts, and like we were talking about like their like dead expressions.
Yes,
and...
the facial animations in Hogwarts Legacy are so like meh. Like it straight up reminds me of Mass Effect Andromeda, where I was like, oh man, these don't look good. These don't like convey emotion. It's just kind of like muscles moving, but not correctly.
Yeah, it's very Uncanny Valley.
Yeah, super Uncanny Valley. So there was that. It was a story that just went nowhere with super predictable twists. Most of the characters in Andromeda you don't care about. I liked the new guy from the new race, and then I liked the
Female Turian.
The Turian, yes. Other than that, didn't really give a shit about anybody else. PB was okay. I like PB okay. And there was just a lot of elements of that game that just did not work for me. Like the combat I thought is fun, but very easily turns into like you have too many choices, so then you don't experiment because you find one thing that works and that's it. Also, a lot of the fights were very bullet spongy, and that was annoying. And
You're talking about the choice. Sorry, I think I missed one part of your saying. Are you saying you too many choices in combat or in dialogue? Is that what you're saying?
combat, too many choices in combat.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
in terms of dialogue, like I wouldn't say there's too many choices. It's just none of them felt like they mattered in moment to moment dialogue, and I didn't feel like I could craft a character like I did feel with Shepard, and like I did feel with the Inquisitor from Dragon Age Inquisition. Even my character in KOTOR, which is very much like you're either like the saint of all saints or like cartoonishly evil. Even that guy I felt had more character than what I felt in Andromeda with Ryder, I think was their name. Like I can't even fucking remember their name.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
So yeah, I just across the board, like everything Andromeda did well, I had a personal issue with. I went, yeah, that's good, but this part of it wasn't good. Too many loading screens, not enough cool stuff in the environment that we were exploring, too many big planets of just barren nothing. Enemy designs were super boring and generic. The boss fights were hella bullet spongy and uninteresting. None of the narrative choices were interesting. It was just such a bland game, and it was so disappointing after what I think is a fantastic trilogy of games. And, you know, so many other RPGs from BioWare that you're just like, oh, this was awesome, and this was awesome, and this was awesome. And to see this one fall, I was like, oh, man.
I remember like going back on like the whole facial animation stuff. I remember when that game first came out, and people were clowning on it, and just because I before I had met you guys, I'd never played Mass Effect, so like Mass Effect coming up on my feed, just like whatever Let's Player I'd subscribed to was giving it a try, and they were making fun of it because like had goofy faces. That was back in 2017 that game came out.
Yep.
I just looked it up. That's how I know.
I remember I was so hyped for that game back when it was coming out. Like, all the trailers were like, "Oh my god, gameplay!" And then they just dropped it from the ball the moment you started playing that game. When you saw how not well it played.
Yeah, I think. Sorry, go ahead.
Also, the actor for female Ryder was so bland.
Jennifer Hale, she was not.
No, God, no. Jennifer Hale's a fucking badass.
Yeah, Jennifer Hale's badass. She's awesome. I think my answer is probably going to be Overwatch 2.
Oh.
I mean, easy gimme there, you know, just last year, because it's, I mean, just take the 2 away because it's not a new game, you know, it's more the same. They built up all these promises of single player and all this new stuff being added, and even the point where they were like, hey, Overwatch 1's still gonna be playable, it's totally fine, and then they're like, nope, gotcha, never mind. We're taking away all these characters that are unlocked. Now you have to pay for these characters. Now you have to do all this. Everything that was great about the original Overwatch is almost like brought way down by this sequel. I'll put in quotes, you know, like, I don't know. I'm not going to go too far in depth because, you know, it's still fresh on everyone's brain how disappointing that game is. So there's no need for me to like go in depth and remind you because everyone still knows. It's because, and it's still that way. It still has not, there's still nothing else going on with that game that's new. I mean, they added like one or two new characters.
Is that game like dead now?
I don't know. I haven't looked at like the player base. I don't think Overwatch, I don't think, if I had never stopped playing Overwatch, I know I would still be playing it now. Because of like what it's not the ideal word, but I think of like cult when I think of the cult of Overwatch. And if they don't change anything, I think the only way that I would go back is just to try out the single player and the PvE elements.
Whenever
That's the
that
only
eventually
thing,
comes.
if that ever eventually comes, you know. But yeah, that's my answer for disappointing games.
Especially since they didn't even have the story thing, which is what they had been hyping up.
That was the point of the sequel, is to add single player content. And
yep.
Connor.
Not surprising. Well, I was debating on 2 different choices. I think I'm going to go for the more interesting one, especially since my original pick was going to be Final Fantasy 15, because it was an incomplete game in the sense of its story, of how well it could have been developed, and it had really good parts of the game. So the game wasn't like a pain to get through or anything like that, but I just knew that it could be so much better, and just didn't stay in the test tube long enough, because it was pretty popular at the time. Well, at least it was very anticipated at the time, and so they kind of rushed it out, especially after delaying it for years and years and years. But like I said, the finished product, especially after they added things on, kind of made it better. So instead, I'm gonna have to go for one that I didn't complete. Put that out there right now, and that's Kingdom Hearts 3. So it came
That's
out.
where I thought Phil was going.
That's where I thought he was too. I was actually going to tell him to go first and just do Final Fantasy 15 if he didn't say that. But now my issue with it might upset certain people. I think Tavin's going to be like, "Well, why'd you play it?" Which is that with 3, off the back of 2, I thought they were going to get a lot more.
Keep in mind, people watching, Connor has not played Kingdom Hearts 1 or 2.
I played
No,
2.
he's played 2.
Oh, well, what the? I thought that was the whole thing we were talking about.
I don't know how
before,
you
is
keep
that
getting
haven't
confused
played
in
it.
this
No,
conversation.
no,
Connor's
1.
played 2.
1,
Oh,
I have
okay.
not. 1, I have not. 2, I played twice. Played when I was a kid and played fairly recently before Kingdom Hearts 3.
I'll take that. Kingdom Hearts 2 is the best one. So.
Oh yeah, it definitely
the
is.
best
3 had good gameplay. This is not to smash on its gameplay. I thought it overused the whole spectacle thing way too much, and it was
The
kind of
attractions,
bland.
yeah, that's the worst. That's the worst part of it.
They were very bland as well. Like looked flashy, but were boring.
And they come up
and their use-
every like 2 or 3 minutes too. So
Yeah, they do. They come up way too often. I should have just not used them in hindsight.
that's
But
what I ended up doing. I was like, fuck that.
but the main issue I take with the game is that off the back of Kingdom Hearts has lots of soul. Now I know the story itself is debated as being good, and rightfully so. And I think 3 kind of
Debated? Who's debating this?
People still like the story though.
The story's
There's still,
not
like-
good, Phil. You like it. It's not good. You can like something and it still not be good.
Which is where I was for most of Kingdom Hearts through my playthrough of 2, and Dream Drop Distance, which I played a lot of. I also played by 300
That was
FPS
decent.
by 2 days. Yeah.
That one's decent too. If like I replayed the end game of that one like 10, 15 times.
Oh, okay. I figured you had played it multiple times, knowing you. But where was I?
I don't know if
Oh,
you
yeah.
know this, Connor. I like Kingdom Hearts.
You like
I've played,
Kingdom Hearts.
I've played every single game.
Yeah, I after I saw you playing that weird puzzle one, I
That's
should
not
be
entirely
surprised.
true. I have not played Melody of Memory. That's the rhythm game. I have not played.
Played
Okay,
the
well,
Nokia phone game?
Played the browser version of it.
oh my god. Okay. Anyway, my issue though, story. I get it. The story is not the best, but with 3, they actually had a lot of potential to make it good, or to like kind of start turning things around. And instead, what I got was them focusing on one of my not my least favorite aspects of it, but an aspect that's focused on way too much. And this is the part where you're going to be angry: the Disney stuff, which I like in its own world, it does good, but it did too much of it, and it overshadowed the core reason of why they were going to these worlds, which was the plot involving Organization 13, Xehanort, the war of the keys, the Kingdom War,
Keyblade War.
Keyblade War. They had all these things that I would have liked to see developed on, because once again, it had that soul, but it just was giving you overwhelmingly Disney stuff, sprinkling in the parts that could have been good, and then not even doing them super well. Like, I'm blanking on her name. Kyrie. She basically, I thought she'd have way more of a stronger role in this game. She did not. She was like cast off to the side the entire time. Anything.
Yeah.
For most of it, Sora didn't even really seem to get much great development.
Sora's just good boy.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, it was just it could have expanded on it and improved it, and they just chose not to, and just the ways they thought the game would do good story wise ended up just making it worse. And it didn't even have that soul anymore in my eyes. 3.
So as you guys know, Kingdom Hearts as a concept is Final Fantasy crossed with Disney, right? Kingdom Hearts 3, there's no Final Fantasy characters in it.
There was none.
None.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's
And
no
there's-
Final Fantasy characters in it, other than like if you count Moogles. Then they add.
There was some chocobos in there or something.
I don't think there are even chocobos.
Dang.
But there might be like models of like you can do like a ship model of like a cactuar or like a chocobo. But
Are the
fucking-
Final Fantasy summons anywhere in the Kingdom Hearts series?
No.
That's weird to me because
Because
that's like the staple
the summons
of
are
the
Disney
franchise.
characters.
What'd you say?
Okay,
Because the summons are Disney characters.
well then you should make summons boss fights.
But what was I gonna say? Oh, I was gonna say they added in like the regular like the usual Final Fantasy Kingdom Hearts gang in the Remind DLC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you got like Leon, you got Sid, you got Yuffie, you got your usual gang that's over there in Radiant Garden.
Tifa beating people up, and
No
they
Tifa.
didn't.
There's no Tifa.
Oh, there's no Tifa.
Nope. Tifa's only in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah. Okay. And they didn't even continue the Cloud Sephiroth storyline, which they might in this new one, but they just like didn't.
Nope. Cloud and Sephiroth aren't even in Remind.
What story is going on in Kingdom Hearts between Cloud and Sephiroth other than they're just enemies and fighting each other?
See, well, that's partly funny because the whole thing
instead
about
instead of Genova and Genova Cells, it's Light and Darkness.
he's like the dark part of him, like the heartless version, basically. And
it's that is the theme of
yes.
Yeah.
They do it well. They do it well, and they didn't continue it. See, and worst of all, this is a big insult, right? Trying to remember. I just had
insulting me.
Clearly very insulting.
Oh God, no! I'm insulting.
This is my thing. While you collect your thoughts, is the way you guys and the people on the internet talk about Kingdom Hearts' narrative drives me fucking crazy. Because what the fuck are we smoking where we are all collectively pretending like anything narratively about this is good? Like, nothing is good about it. Like,
it's good shit.
It's bad. Like, it's ridiculous. It is some of the worst narrative content I've ever seen in my life. Like,
no,
humorously bad. Don't get me wrong. The games are charming. They're fun. They're, they make you feel good. But that's all gameplay based. As soon as characters talk, I want to put a bullet in my brain every single time.
In a video game.
I remember my point, which is the continuous joke that I find very funny carried on to this game is that Cloud, no matter what he does, no matter what universe he goes to, Sephiroth is always screwing with him. He came in Smash Bros, he came in Kingdom Hearts, and it's so funny that he just never lets him go. So to top that off, it's a storyline that is not continued in any way. But we got to focus on the Disney stuff because I like Frozen.
Yeah, I hope you love Let It Go because they play the entire song and
that's ridiculous.
I skipped it.
But like, isn't that
it's basically
kind
just
of the point
song,
of Kingdom Hearts? So you can just like revisit Disney moments that are popular. Obviously, playing the entirety of Let It Go is too much, but
not for me. But yeah, they basically just like play the entirety of Let It Go, and then at some point on like a snowy hill, you see Sora, Donald, and Goofy run up, and then they look at her doing it.
Awesome.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 is one of my biggest disappointments.
I mean, yeah, it's disappointing. The Remind
years.
DLC is really good.
I agree. I can believe that to an extent, but I don't think it's enough.
They fixed the ending like really well.
Like the most interesting thing to me about Kingdom Hearts 4, whenever we get that game, is the idea that like Star Wars and Marvel are going to be in it. You know, like. Other than that, like, does anybody really care about anything else that happens in those games?
That's also another reason I think why they redesigned Sora, is so that he fits in better with those kinds of characters and not just some like weird like cartoony looking guy.
See, I also assumed that the redesign of Sora is just to fit whatever world he's in that trailer. Like, I think most of the game he's gonna look the way he looks. Like, I don't think that's a true redesign.
I'm not sure.
We'll
find out.
We'll find out. But I would have expected them to make both Star Wars and Marvel more like how Kingdom Hearts looks than how
everyone thought they were going to be in 3.
I think Star Wars was too late. When did Kingdom Hearts 3 come out?
Like 2019.
No, it was before that.
Nope, really? 2019.
Oh,
yep.
Okay. Well, like, still, like, that deal doesn't go into... I guess that deal goes into effect 2013. But Kingdom Hearts 3 had such a troubled development. Which, by the way, Connor, how glad are we that Square Enix has gotten their shit together?
Yes, that would have been a sad one to see go the BioWare route.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes me excited for Kingdom Hearts 4 with all the stuff they've been doing with their other properties.
They could do it. That could be the one where they make things better.
I think it's just going to be more nonsense.
Shut up, Tavin. You shut up.
It's just so nonsensical, the whole fucking thing.
Fair enough.
All right, so those are our disappointed games, yeah.
Big sads.
Yep. And Connor, what do you have for us this week?
I have another draft pick, but I think a fun, more
Okay.
pick. One we can
I like
expand upon.
drafts.
I did. This one is going to be best bosses in video games.
Fuck! I gotta think about this.
Yeah,
I know.
think
I
easy for me.
can shark several of Tavin's.
Just think Elden Ring for you also, Phil. Oh, you're not going to just think Elden Ring. You're gonna screw him over, aren't you, Phil?
I could, but I'm not petty.
I'm trying to think of games I showed him, and like the only ones with like memorable boss fights are Metal Gear ones.
Tavin, you want to get? I know you want me to get the spinner up, Tavin, since you want to think.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, let me get the spinner up.
Do you have access to it? Oh, you do have access to it. Okay.
I have a spinner. I don't. I actually would just choose probably a different system.
Here, I put it in the useful things, didn't I? I've got it here. I've got it.
Sure, I can go with the useful
I'm already on the site. I've already pulled up the file.
Are we doing just boss fights or final boss fights?
boss fights.
Okay.
Just boss fights.
Yeah.
Yeah. Final boss
That'd be-
is fucking. I
that'd be
don't know.
too hard.
I don't know how many I have.
Really?
Yeah.
I have so many.
Dude, there's a lot of really bad final bosses. Connor won the first spin, so we'll go Connor, Phil, me as usual.
It's only fitting.
All right.
My choice.
Neither of y'all are doing this one, so I'm saving that one. I'm keeping that one in my back pocket.
Oh, are you sure about that?
Positive.
Fair enough. You probably do. That probably is true. But my first pick is one that you guys have not played, but you would like. Senator or Stephen Armstrong from Metal Gear Rising.
I do hear good things about this fight.
He's a. Oh, okay. Now that's actually. I'm going to choose one from each game. Actually, that's not true. I might not. I'm gonna. All the bosses are great in that game.
Mhm.
All of them are. Almost Jetstream Sam would have been my favorite, but he is a really, really cool boss fight. Of course, he's a cultural icon now.
It's funny
So-
because Jetstream Sam is my first pick.
Connor, do we know what Platinum Games is doing right now?
We do, but I can't remember.
Okay.
I'll look it up.
Because I bring this up, and while you're looking it up, I'll explain it. Quentin Flynn was given a lot of who voices Raiden in the Metal Gear Solid
Raiden.
series. Yeah. He was being very cheeky with fans recently online about a possible return to Raiden.
Davin talks about that.
So now there's debate on what it could possibly be. A Metal Gear Solid remaster or remake in some sort. Maybe Metal Gear Revengeance gets remastered and ported to current gen consoles. That'd be cool. A lot of fans are like, "Oh man, are we getting a Rising Revengeance 2?" Which would be cool, especially like where Platinum's at right now. All of that would be really, really interesting. So I'm just very curious as to where we're going with Metal Gear as an IP. So, what is Platinum doing?
The first thing is Bayonetta Origins, Cereza and the Lost Demon. They're
That's
actually
a
doing
side
that.
project. That's not what they're really doing.
That's the thing, because then the other is to be announced, Project GG. So pretty mysterious. Bayonetta 3 was the last one before the new Bayonetta.
Yeah, but they've got multiple teams over at Platinum.
They do.
Yeah.
Oh, Lost. Oh, there's another one. Lost Order.
I don't even know what the fuck that is. It's some fucking anime shit.
Who knows?
All right, Phil.
Beats me.
I'm sorry. I was waiting for it all to be done.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go iconic for my first pick. Going Bowser from Mario 64.
It is a classic choice.
Classic.
So-
Classic.
So long, Game Bowser.
I've got options. I'm just debating on who do I want first. Give me. The thing is do I snake something now from Connor,
Oh, you bastard.
or do I secure something of my own that I care about? Give me the end from Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.
I knew it.
Give it to me. Give me the end.
If
Yeah,
you didn't scoop it up, I was going to.
Yeah, that's
just to clown
possibly
on you.
that's possibly the best fight in the entirety of the franchise. But god damn, there's some good. I'm thinking about it more. There's a lot of good stuff in that franchise. But I'm not gonna be all Metal Gear. I'm not gonna be all Metal Gear unless you fuckers push me into it and take all the other good ones. But yeah, the end is great. I remember the first time I did the end. It took me 3 days to beat that fight. Granted, I was like 13.
I remember
so-
the first time I did the end.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to. Well, yeah, and you're just a fucking jackass who doesn't he doesn't conform to how a game wants to be played. But yeah, I'm going to the end. I'm going end.
Well, I believe it's my choice, and I think I know what Tavin was going to try and snake from me, so I'll secure it. Sephiroth, Final Fantasy VII
Fuck,
Remake.
that was it.
Yep. Of course, that's an amazing boss fight.
Which one?
And I could Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah, that was it. That was the one.
Yeah. See, I even considered just for a joke to do Kingdom Hearts 2 because he's very fun in that. Yeah, actually, a very good boss fight.
He is a very, and especially in Kingdom Hearts 2. Yeah.
But I got to keep the snakes at bay. Slytherins at bay.
I mean, his best one is in Remake. It's so good.
It is too. Yeah. Hey, he's a snake.
Yeah, it's literally a Slytherin hoodie. Yeah.
It was exactly the one I was thinking of.
My second pick, I am grabbing. Trying to keep you all in suspense. Fuck. What the fuck was it? I literally had it.
Oh.
Connor, I'll say I always end up liking your lists, but you always go for the niche one first.
Oh, okay.
And
okay.
you need to pick the ones that you know are gonna get grabbed first.
For some reason, I thought one of you would do some like wild pick with them.
This isn't the one that I was thinking of originally that I lost. But Psycho Mantis from Metal Gear. Metal Gear Solid.
Classic. That's a classic one. Oh yeah, that one's good.
Better than Sniper Wolf. That
Oddly
boss fight
enough,
sucks.
I don't even think that one hits my top 3.
Does it not?
No, Psycho?
Oh.
No.
I'm kind of. I think I'm theming this list of mine like iconic boss fights. I think that's what I'm going for.
Yeah, I like.
I just remembered what mine was.
I like mechanically interesting fights, that like make you go, oh fuck, this is cool. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna open the FromSoft floodgates, and I'm going Sekiro's Genichiro.
Genichiro. Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the best fight.
I thought Lord Ishin would be the best fight.
I kind of count that as one and the same, but I think Genichiro is the best fight in the game.
He was a cool
Like,
boss fight.
I think Ishin borders on like too much.
Too much? Too much?
Thanks, asshole.
Pick the giant monkey, you cowards.
But yeah, like, because it's like, people were always complaining about the monkey back in the day. The monkey was easy. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like built different when it comes to Sekiro, but the monkey was easy. It took me like 3-4 tries, and I was like, all right, get this guy out of here. Genichiro. Best like accumulation of the mechanics of that game.
Not Ishin, the final boss?
No.
He only teaches you how to do
Genichiro does
lightning.
Like a dragon Ishin?
Almost. Close to it.
It is fucked up that they throw that mechanic of deflecting lightning at you like in the middle of a boss fight. You're like, what the fuck is this? This is not what I've been doing for the last 10 hours.
That is another reason why that boss fight is cool, though. Very good.
Oh, it's so cool.
Now, I'm facing an issue because I shouldn't have picked Stephen Armstrong because I definitively know more favorite boss fights, and I'm not going to have enough for all of them.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to exclude one. And I feel bad. I feel stupid.
All right, well, Connor, it's your pick, so it's your.
Yes, I know.
You gotta grab one now, man.
You know what?
I have no idea what I'm doing next.
I have like my next 2.
You know what? Just in case another sneaky snake that might be writhing around here, Phil, I'm gonna take an Elden Ring boss, though it probably wouldn't have been your favorite. But is this actually the best one though? Is it actually deserving of it? I don't think it. Screw it. It's an amazing boss fight anyway. That is going to be Godfrey / Horalu from Elden Ring.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's not the Elden Ring Elden Ring boss I would have reached for, but I'm not drafting an Elden Ring boss on this.
Oh, okay. Well, he is definitely my favorite in that game.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Which one will I have to leave out? I kind of regret this choice, but it's too late now.
If I did reach for an Elden Ring one, it would have been Radon.
Radon is the second best boss fight in that game.
But my actual third pick is going to be Ganon / Ganondorf from Ocarina of Time.
Oh, okay.
Haven't played it, so I don't know.
Neither have I.
Fantastic.
Big
I
game.
played it back in the day.
You haven't played it?
I played it back in the day, but not like all of it, so I haven't really played it.
Okay. I think from there, I had it and I've lost it. Hold on, it's coming back. It was, fuck. Who the fuck was it? I'm so mad that I've lost it now.
I know. I had the same thing whenever I forgot Ganon and Ganondorf.
I
had
pick up
forgotten
for like
Radon,
2 seconds while I figure it out.
Uh, I don't know if I want to keep on doing Souls games because there are some good boss fights. That
Yeah,
I
you
can
got to spread
think
it
of.
out. You got to spread it out.
I'll spread it out
Um,
slightly one more time.
Let me think. I'm trying to think of what my second to last one is.
I have picked mine in my
Because
mind.
y'all have still not even touched my final pick.
I think this is one where we're gonna have not a lot of cross thoughts.
Oh no, I don't think. I mean,
See,
there's so
it
many
was
different
one that
games
I
we've
was
all played,
scared
so.
Phil was gonna
Exactly.
take.
Tavin's scared. Not us.
I can't even remember the game it was from anymore. Like it was on my I had it locked in, and then
Yeah.
I've lost it. So I think I'm gonna have to just pull a grab something else here, and I'm gonna go with give me. Fuck, man, I can't even think of good ones right now, and I want to avoid Metal Gear.
All right. Well, Tavin remembers his pick. I'm gonna run down me and Connor's list. So Connor, your first pick was. Go ahead.
Stephen Armstrong,
Number 2.
Sephiroth, Final Fantasy VII Remake version.
Number 3.
Godfrey / Horror Lou.
And my 3 have been Bowser from Mario 64,
Classic.
Psycho Mantis from Metal Gear Solid,
Another classic.
and Ganon / Ganondorf from Ocarina of Time.
And a third classic.
Mhm.
All the classics from Phil today.
Yeah, I'm going iconic.
Iconic, yes.
That's what
That's a
I'm
better
reaching for.
I don't fucking have it. Give me the Stranger fight in God of War 2018. Because I think that one punched you in the face. It was spectacle. It was fun. You can lose it.
I think if I would have thought that if you're reaching for God of War, I would have thought you would have said Zeus.
No.
Really?
Because I don't think the Zeus changes up the gameplay in a way that I don't think is cool to do.
You don't like this? You don't like the?
I don't like the 2D
Mortal
thing.
Kombat shit.
Yeah, I don't like the 2D thing. Because it does what the entire game has been like. It negates what the entire game has been telling you to do, which is play with the mechanics, have fun, be spectacle. And then when it gets to Zeus, it's like, okay, no, now you have to play this very specific way, or else you will lose. And it's like, really? All right, cool.
Also, when I think boss fights, I don't even think of the new generation of God of War. I think of God of War 3. You got your Poseidon, your Hades. You got.
Yeah, I think it's just the difference in style of games, but yeah, I think that Stranger fight sticks out because I think you say it and everyone goes, "Oh, what a great moment!" That was fantastic.
Yeah, that's cool.
Leave my home.
Yeah,
You're not.
So good. And the way the way that I forget his
Baldur.
actual name. Boulder. The way he plays
not
with
Boulder,
Kratos.
not Boulder, Baldur.
I thought that's what I said. But okay.
You fucking fool.
But the way he
Simpleton.
plays with Kratos and the way Kratos plays with him and then the way it just kind of goes back and forth and they're slowly unveiling to each other how powerful the other one is awesome. Great,
It's
narrative.
It's so Dragon Ball too.
It's a great meeting of narrative and gameplay and spectacle.
And it's very Dragon Ball Z because it's like, oh, so you're going past the next gate. Let me show you what I got. Oh yeah, let me show you what I got. It's like, yes, I love that
Escalation.
shit. All right, Connor.
My next pick, my number 4 pick is in terms of, I guess, out of the iterations I was deciding between, I'm gonna go with DMC5's Virgil. The cool boss battle between him and Dante. I very much enjoyed that one.
Is that the last one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's cool.
His fight in DMC3 is very, very cool and harder as well, but I think the spectacle of DMC5 just wins out.
Is he called Virgil in that final fight?
Yeah.
Okay. Because he changes form or something.
Yeah.
Because he's V the whole game and then turns back into Virgil. Got it.
Yeah. He fuses human half back with his demon half. Good boss fight.
All right. Well,
my
next pick is gonna be Master Hand / Crazy Hand from Super Smash Bros.
Oh
that one's good. I like that one.
That was such a thing to beat back when I was younger. I was like, this is such a hard boss, and I'm gonna be able to beat him. I did.
Just reaching for iconic. That's what I do.
It's cool.
I'm going something a little more recent. I'm gonna go Hades from Hades. I think that's a great boss fight. I think that's fantastic, and
Very good boss fight. Yeah,
it's it's one of those like benchmark fights where you go,
Mhm.
oh, but did you get him yet? You know, like, and you go,
Mhm.
oh yeah, man, I got him. You go, good job, man, good job. Like you're proud of your gaming buddy for doing it.
I
Not
just
even the
think
hardest
back to whenever I first. It is not the hardest boss. I'd say still Minotaur and Theseus. Yeah.
Yep.
But I just think back to whenever I first tried out Hades at the B&B, and I beat the first phase of Hades, and then it was revealed to me that he has a second phase. I was like,
He does
oh,
have two phases.
fuck!
He does have two phases.
Yeah,
As he
that's
should.
just what I think back to. Yeah,
Tavin. Oh, it's my turn now.
yeah, it is your
Came back
final
around
pick,
really quickly.
Connor, your final
Well,
pick.
my final pick, and I have to close it out with From Software.
Mhm.
Have to. From one of the best bosses I've ever played against, Lady Maria of the Astral Clock Tower. When we ever
Oh.
play Bloodborne on the Game Club, we have to play the DLC because it's one of the best DLCs ever made, and it's built into the game at this point. I think.
I was gonna say, is it on the PS Plus collection?
Well,
I
that's
don't- I may
closing.
be wrong about that.
Well, I mean, but if you've already claimed it, it's fine.
Yeah. Well, go redeem your games while you can. I don't think the
already
DLC is it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I may be wrong about that.
Connor,
but it's worth
Connor
getting.
forcing us to pay $30.
I'll pay it for you guys.
If it's even still full price.
Yeah, which probably not. But
By the way, boys, go look at that collection now before it closes down and redeem what you can.
When's the last day so we can like tell other people?
I don't know off the top of my head. I think it's the 15th because as soon as I got my PS5, that was the first thing I did. Is I looked through that and I redeemed everything
what-
I wanted.
PS
redeem again.
Plus
Huh?
Redeem what again? I missed that.
In the PS Plus collection, which is the
Oh,
promotion they were
It's-
running at the launch of the PS5, where
It's not
here's a
even
bunch
this
of-
month. It's May 9th.
That's what it is. Okay, yeah, but yeah, go do that before it closes down
yeah.
because you can still have it and pass that and stuff. I actually saw a headline saying PlayStation was punishing players for loading up into a PS5 to redeem things and then bouncing out because they don't actually have a PS5 yet. Which I'm like, all right, come on, Sony, like don't be a dick. Like,
My final pick, and I knew that none of y'all were gonna touch it. It's Red from Pokemon Soul Silver and Heart Gold. Because at the final boss that you fight is the original protagonist from the first game. So
I'm literally so mad that I cannot figure out who the fuck I was thinking about 2 rounds ago, because it was a damn good one too, and I really did think that Phil was gonna take it.
do you have like the style of game, like the kind of franchise? Do you have
It's
any idea? No?
all gone. Like
Wow.
I just blanked entirely. It's just gone. I even like tried retracing my steps because I remember the beats I had leading up to it because I was like, what are you playing right now? Resident Evil, Dead Space, those both have sucky bosses or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about Resident Evil as a franchise. Connor, I was thinking about jokingly putting in Resident Evil 5's Wesker, but I'm not gonna do.
But that's so fun.
But
That's a
which
fun fight.
Wesker is it? Is it the one where Jill falls out the window, or is it the last one where you punch the boulder?
Oh, punch in the boulder.
Jill falling out the window is a DLC fight.
Is it a DLC fight?
Yeah,
It is.
and it plays exactly like you fight Wesker like 2 or 3 times throughout the game, and it plays exactly like his first form.
Where he's like fucking Matrix dodging shit?
Yeah. I can't wait for Resident Evil 5. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Fuck. I need to play that with Phil. I need his reactions on that. I feel like that's one that like we should all just sit down and play together, and like I don't know, we have Phil be Chris, and then me and Connor trade off levels as Sheppa.
That'd be funny.
Good stuff.
I love Resident Evil 5. But I'm gonna go with fuck it, man. I'll close out where I started with, and I'm gonna go with the final fight of Liquid and Solid Snake in Metal Gear Solid 4.
On top of Rex.
No, it's not on top. No, MGS4.
Oh, MGS4.
Which is
Gotcha.
not on top of Rex. It's on top of Outer Heaven. And even though I think like control scheme wise and even mechanically that fight can be frustrating the first time, but once you wrap your head around it, it does actually play pretty damn well. And it's so epic because you're going through, for those who don't know, you're going through each phase of Liquid throughout the 4 games. So like you start off and he's like prime time Liquid Snake from MGS1, and then you get to the second one, and he's Liquid Ocelot, and like it plays like MGS2, and they change the HUDs, and they have the main theme of the songs, and then he plays like the MGS3 version of himself, and then when you get to the fourth one, and it's just two old men tired and beaten and limping towards each other, and like just throwing one punch at a time.
Because the whole time it's Ocelot pretending to be Liquid, isn't it? Like
it is, but it isn't. It's really fucking stupid. MGS4 makes a lot of retconning choices that I really don't like. And it ruins some very important aspects of lore that happened in the previous games. But it also has amazing moments throughout the entire game that, like, if you're a Metal Gear fan, you have to play 4. But like, if you're not a Metal Gear fan, I would say stay away from 4. Like, play the others. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go. That fight though is epic. And if you're a fan of the franchise, oh my fucking god, it's so good.
Man, looking back at my list, I'm a fucking Nintendo nerd.
Fucking nerd.
But we knew that already though.
I'm sitting here. I'm still trying to remember what that fucking game was.
What that last one? It'll come to you like tonight as you're watching the episode of Last.
It'll be like 7 o'clock at night or some shit, and I'll be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I think that's a piggy bank right there.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
Yeah, that was a fun one. I like there are a lot of good conversations in that one. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're available on all your favorite podcasting platforms. Fuck, I almost forgot the name of the word again. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Twitch channel, for the YouTube channel, twitch.tv/2pennygames, youtube.com/2pennygames, TikTok spelled out 2pennygames. Follow us on Twitter as well.
It's only on Twitter games. that we're the number 2pennygames.
Yeah, I know. That's okay, why I said spelled out on TikTok. Yeah. God, Tavin, ruining my outro.
I know.
Anyway, thank you guys so much. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. We're coming in for the fucking Last of Us episode, right? Tomorrow morning?
Tomorrow morning, yes.
9 a.m. Central Time
for that.
Yeah, Connor's got some business he's got to take care of tonight, so he's not going to be able to.
Yeah, we'll be live at 9 a.m. And then it'll immediately go up on YouTube.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's your question, Mr. Fims?
We've got a chat.
Got a chatter.
Fims.
Let's go ahead and just close out the show though. So thank you guys so much for watching, and see ya. So goodbye, boys.
Bye.
Goodbye.